Great, so now that you've spent a bit of time with Xcode and you've built your first app, it's now time to dive into Swift in a bit more detail. Now, if you've already covered Swift in one of my other courses or elsewhere, then you can probably jump past this section. But here is where I'm going to explain all the coding basics, so I don't expect any pre-knowledge of Swift or any other programming language in this section. Swift is a relatively new language announced by Apple in June 2014, but as such it's very easy to use, and it's also clearly where Apple want to go in terms of making iOS and Apple Watch apps. As such, it's a great first language to learn, and I'm really excited about teaching it to you in the next few videos. As you can see from the section of the Xcode website that I've highlighted, playgrounds are a really nice feature of Xcode 6, and the most important thing that's useful for us is they allow us to run our code immediately and see the output. So we can type in something and see what it does without having to run an app every time. That's really useful for learning to code because you can see the results of what you've done immediately, so it just speeds everything up. So that's another great reason to start learning to code by learning Swift. So let's jump back over to Xcode, and I'm going to create a new project. So I'm just going to use this project for the Swift playground, and it's the same as usual. Single view application. And I'm going to call it playgrounds and leave everything else as it is. And then just choose your folder and click create. And you're good to go. So we're not actually going to be using this app to run in the simulator or anything like that. We're just going to be using it to create a playground. So click File, New, and then Playground. And then this will create a new playground for us. We'll just call it My Playground, running on iOS. And you can save it wherever you like. I'm just going to save it inside my Playgrounds app I created before. And here we go. This is our playground. So very briefly, we're not actually going to look at any coding in this video, but I'll just show you what's going on. All we've got so far is our import UI kit. We saw that a few videos ago, which just allows us to interact with things. So we use that everywhere. And then we've got this line, which you should be able to understand by now. Var, remember, creates a variable. So the variable has a name of str, which is obviously short for string, and it's equal to hello playground. And whenever we've got a string that we want to set a value of, we put it in quotes like that. And you can see that what Swift does is it actually gives us the value of that variable straight away, which is really handy. So if you update the code, then it will run it and update the response straight away. Great, so feel free to have a quick play around yourself. We're going to go on and look at variables in much more detail in the next video.